Yes, welcome back to Win the Red Corner podcast with me, Ross. I hope everyone's well this evening. It's Thursday. That only means it's Wbkb Thursday. Thanks very much for joining us. Just over a week on Saturday to the show. Have you got your tickets yet? If not, why not? You might as well get them now. But tonight, I'm supposed to have Andy Walsh and Nathan Thompson on, but both the guys haven't trapped. But we've got Kev from Wbkb, we've got Gilly as always, and we've got David Round, who's back as well after he bombed us off last week for his wedding anniversary or something. Inconsiderate. But never mind. Let's bring them on, shall we? Kev, Gilly.
Evening, Ross.
David, how are you doing? You all right?
Look at mine brought on last.
Because you're the star. You're the star. You don't roll out the star first, do you?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say it was best looking to worst looking, but Kev was first. So I
think I'll take that one, Gilly. without your main comments.
Yeah, it's in the wash, Rick. It's in the wash. Just repping the old in the red corner tonight, mate.
Mine's
found that hat.
Yeah, found the hat. Still can't find the t-shirt. I nearly put a Lou Fuse one on.
I'm pleased you didn't. Who? Yes, looking forward to seeing Rick up. Rick's coming to the show as well, so
yeah, it'd be good to see you.
Took 2 weeks. It did. Kev was slow with the post at that time, but it was exciting. Let's give our sponsors. Let's give the Wbkb sponsors a shout as well. We've got Banty competitions, cloud competitions, Lake District Raw Dog Food, Maxwell Flooring, Peyton Bros Scaffolding, Vandella Phone Repairs, Paige Sewell, and Andy's Man Club as well there. And also a special shout out to Leo's Bar, who also a sponsor.
We've got a couple more there, Ross. In fact, if I could just expand on that, please, mate. We've got Nicky Little that's been pulling in raffle prizes for us. He's been a gem, like you say, in all of our shows, been gathering prizes for some great raffle prizes that he's done. We've got Violent Gentlemen as well. They've also been doing our tops for us. It's another good clothing brand, guys. That's the one.
Violent Gentlemen.
Have a look at them. They do some good stuff.
I'm sure they've supplied me with these polo shirts, and they supplied David with some stuff as well, I think, haven't they, Dave?
Violent Gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yeah, they I had stuff for the last show and the ones before, a couple of hoodies. It was after I fought Nathan Owens, I seen him in the hotel, and he said that I'd like to sponsor you. So anytime I've asked for t-shirts, he sent them over.
Excellent. He's a good guy, Ross, the guy from Violent Gentlemen.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was quick off the mark as well. Like we had a bit of a fight with our tops this time round. People not getting backless and whatever else. So for him to do them this late on in the day and get them back for the lads for the fight night, I think we've done really well.
Well, we've lost our host.
I'm here. I'm back. I've got Andy Walsh. Andy Walsh in the background, but I'm not sure if Andy can hear us as well. But Andy, jump off the link. You need to accept to your camera and your microphone, mate, if you can hear us.
We nearly became in the round corner then, didn't we?
Ask Gilly to answer his phone. Ha.
Sorry, Nicky. I operate on an 8 o'clock at night curfew at the moment. Apologies for that, Nicky. Like I say, I've had a rap across the knuckles off both Kev and Kelly about that. So, like I say, but just to reiterate Kev's, what he said. Thanks very much, Nicky, for all you do. You're an absolute star, mate. Really appreciate it. And I think from our end, it's great to be associated with such a prestigious brand as the Violent Gentleman. Like I say, it's another feather in our cap. It's great to have such a great brand that we're going to be working with moving forward. Because as Kev alluded to, some of the merchandise companies that you're dealing with, we're trying to put big orders there, weighing lots of money, and you just can't get them to get their fingers out. It's unbelievable. But like I say, we finally got Violent Gentlemen on board, and we're delighted to have struck up a partnership with them. And it's something that will benefit the show and also benefit our fighters, because they're going to be producing some great tops for all of our fighters at Wbkb3 as part of our sort of fighter care package that we put together.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good guy. Yes,
he is. Matt Sutton there in the comments, and James. Evening, James. How you doing, my man?
All right, lads.
Evening, boys.
Yeah, evening. Thanks for joining us, guys. It's appreciated.
Yeah.
You guys just keep talking. I'm going to disappear again. I'm going to try and call Andy.
Right, no problem, mate.
Top Ross.
Right,
In the round
welcome,
corner.
guys. In
the
the
round
round
corner.
corner.
Yeah, so what are we? 8 days out, or no, 9 days away?
9 days away.
Nice.
Yes, 9 days until the show, Dave. 8 days until the
9
ceremonial.
days,
begins.
Wicked.
Yeah,
wicked.
yeah. Really looking forward to it now, mate.
It's been a fucked up couple of weeks, if I'm totally honest with you, Dave. I don't know, like I said, even wait till Ross comes back on. I can't like with the pullouts and things like that we've had.
Yes, every show's like that.
We've had
7, 8 weeks out, you've got 20 odd fights, and then it comes down to the last 2 or 3 weeks, and people start shitting bricks. Like I said, I'm bringing my gum
rule
shit.
of thumb, we generally. That'll be handy.
If I get
sure it's all in the ring,
I'll jump in.
I mean, yeah, I think it's like you said, just alluding on to what Kev said there. It's just a little bit frustrating for us because obviously, you know, we put these shows on and the real high quality shows, and the amount of background planning that goes on is absolutely unbelievable. I think Ross, you've now been part of the team and you've seen, you know, it's day and night, isn't it? Every day, there's no let up from the hard work, and it just gets frustrating when you lose fights, for example, because guys are getting injured because they've taken other fights close to the show and things like that. And it's frustrating because it's a knock-on effect for us, it's a knock-on effect for their opponent and things like that. And you know, it's just frustrating, to be honest with you. But like I say, what we've had every time we've had a pull-out now, we've found a new opponent for the fighter that's been left without a fight, and we've gone up in quality because we've actually got a new opponent to announce soon from Manny Hamid. I think we'll talk about it on the podcast at some point tonight, Ross. And again, this guy that we're going to announce tonight is a real high quality operator, and probably, you know, brings us a better fight for Manny. You know, Manny's 5-0, unbeaten, great prospect, and this guy that's stepping in has been there and done it at the highest level. So it's going to be a real good fight, and we've kind of
let's just announce it now, Gil. Let's announce it now.
Okay, might as well. So, like I say, Manny Hamid was left without an opponent. It's been a real, you know, we've spent days looking for the right opponent and things like that. We're chuffed to announce that with the fight now is going to be Manny Hamid versus Ash Gibson. Ash has got a great background in both MMA, glove boxing, and also BKB. You know, he's literally fought the who's who of the sport. He's been in there with guys like Darren Godfrey, with Matt Hodgson, with Darren Hendry. He's fought CJ Mills. He's fought Ricky Nelder. He's really been in there with a who's who of the sport of bare knuckle pretty much. And we're chuffed that we've secured Ash to come and fight for us on the show. So that's going to be a real tear-up because, you know, anybody who's seen Ash in action and seen his resume knows that he comes to fight. And it's going to be a massive test now for Manny. You know, Manny's a surgeon prospect. A lot of eyes on him. But Ash is the ultimate sort of, you know, I don't know if gatekeeper's the word, but, you know, he's the sort of guy, if you want to get to the big shows, you've got to be, you know, fighting guys like Ash Gibson and getting past them. And like I say, Ash is going to come and he's going to give it his all. And I just think now we've found a better quality fight than the one that we originally had in place, in my opinion.
It's a big test for him.
That's a huge fighter.
Yeah, like I say, we're absolutely chuffed that we've managed to get Ash over the line. You know, like I say, we've been negotiating with him and things like that, and to get him on the show now, he's a real feather in our cap. And I think again, it just takes the quality of the fight card onto the next level. You know, like we were looking at just the way that we were going to put the fight card in order and things like that. And you know, we really feel that the card right from the first fight, there's no fillers. It's like keep your eye on this card, literally from the first fight of the night, because they're all promising to bring fireworks for us, basically.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you need. You know, I can't imagine Ash Gibson needed much persuasion to come and fight. You know, he'll fight anyone, won't he? But
yeah.
I
think it was more the travel. It wasn't so much the fight. He said, "Put anyone in front of us." So it's not even so much the money. It was the travel.
Where's he from?
So he's
He's
South,
basically
isn't he?
Rotherham,
Yeah.
well, Sheffield, where he's from.
But,
But I've got Andy Walsh in the
That's
background,
fine.
so let's bring Andy Walsh in, shall we?
indeed.
The man himself. How are you getting on, Andy?
Yes, Andy.
I was struggling on that. Do you know why I've took me time? Because I couldn't spell my name. I've had to shout my mate in to spell my name to get it logged in.
You've been take talent, mate, as well.
Remember last time I had a podcast where I took a second ages as well, didn't it?
It did, mate. So you just took a quick moment.
I'm still back in 1990 fucking force, mate. Yeah.
You're in the gym at the moment. You've been training hard for this fight, pal.
I've just finished training the lads down at Ignite Strength and Fitness in Worksop. That's a new gym. I'm head coach down here now, so loving life.
Excellent.
Nice.
I think
Really
we've got
good.
How are you
Nathan-
feeling for? How are you
Nathan
feeling
in
for
the
your fight,
background as
Andy?
Say again, mate.
How are you feeling coming towards your fight? What feet
Oh.
are you?
Well, as you all know, and as everyone's seen on Facebook and all that, I mean, what's this? This is my 19th bare knuckle fight, and I'm coming to the end of my career, and I'm going out with a bang. I'm making sure of it.
Good lad.
So I feel on top of the world at the minute. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fit, strong.
Everyone's looking forward to this fight, mate.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
How's your training been?
So am I as well, though.
How's your training been, Andy?
No
Here he
person
is,
looking
lad.
forward to it more. Nathan Thompson. How's it going, pal?
Hello, mate. You alright? Sorry about being late, mate.
Yeah, right,
No
Nate.
worries. No worries.
Aye.
Have Nathan and Andy, have you met before or not? Spoken before?
Aye, but the keep changing the last time, remember?
Yeah. Met at the last show.
Aye, with the keep changing room.
That was right. I had the last Wbkb show, of course. Aye.
Yeah. Yeah, we met there, had a little chat and all that, like, you seem decent lad. I'm not one of them that does all the, I'm going to come and knock you out sort of thing. I'm not one of them. And everyone knows it.
Hey, look, mate, I'm just looking for a good packer, mate.
That's the one, mate. That's it.
Nathan's the type of lad that's wanting to tell everyone that he's going to knock you out and fucking shave your head and do whatever.
I was going to say. I'll tell you what.
Aye, mate, I've got locked down on, mate, so I've got more things to worry about, mate, so I'm just concentrating on life at the minute.
Good man, good man. Getting that overtime in, mate. Eh?
Oh.
Have you started a new job as well, Andy? And I know you're saying you're head coach down there, but are you doing some fabricator welding now?
I started that. I've started to do something new. In the last 5 weeks, I've had about 5 starts on 5 different jobs. I'd just rather get something
And as you were saying, you're coming towards the end of your career. You feel this is what your third last fight before you retire?
Just on this fight, Ross, I think it's interesting that obviously at the last show, both these guys competed for the title on our show. We had Andy Walsh who stepped in, really was last minute hero for us. He stepped in against Jack Dugdale at welterweight, which was kind of above Andy's natural weight class and give a great account of himself. And then we had obviously Nathan challenge Bartek. And I think this fight is two really classy operators, two good boxers. I think this is a fight that could potentially go the distance, Ross. And I think it's going to be a great bout between the two. Like you said, I'm really looking forward to this. I think this again, I know we see it, but it's another fight that really could be fight of the night because, and you look at Andy, he's like the original warrior of going to Ukraine, isn't he? The clan experience, which is now expanded and people are going over and having a great time at clan. And Andy was one of the trailblazers that went over the first time and sort of blazed the trail for everybody else, with the Mr. Walsh tag and Mr. Walsh. And obviously, like you say, when Andy went to Ukraine, we actually sponsored him and we were proud to do that because, again, I've said it in the past, we'll say it again, Andy's a real high-quality human being. Andy's a warrior. He's the sort of guy who we are proud to be associated with. And when we had the chance to bring him back on the show towards the end of his career, it was just an absolute no-brainer to bring Andy back on the show because he's an absolute pleasure to deal with and an absolute credit to the sport of bare knuckle boxing. And I think, like you say, this fight between Andy and Nathan is going to be a real tear-up. It's got all the makings of a fantastic fight.
Really, let me touch on that. We did say, we touched upon this before with David. He said about bringing his gum shield up. If you remember, actually, Andy was on holiday in the lakes at the time. And he rang up and said, I'll take the fight. Jack's upon and pulled, didn't he? I'll fight. So,
Hey, I'm going to bring my gum shield, and if I get permission, I'll jump in if you get a pull out. If it goes well for you, and you bang them out quickly, we can jump in the car park and have a little. If you've still got the energy.
Do you know the beauty about Andy's fight as well was we had to make sure that he'd made his weight, and he was stopping just outside of Keswick. And long story short, Keswick shoots at midnight. The nightlife at midnight comes to a standstill. Everything else comes to a standstill miles before. So Andy spent about 2 hours of his life on the Friday night travelling around Keswick trying to find someone to send away in skills. I think you made it to Boots on the Saturday morning.
Boots.
Yeah. And I don't even know why I was running a fucking round. I was only 70 kilo. I needed to be 75. running around for no reason.
That's true. That he actually was. You were in boots as well. You actually got weighed up in boots. That's yeah. Such a story.
Standing in boots with his top off like that.
I did a heavyweight tournament like in Denmark in 2012, right?
Say again, David. I missed that. You were in Denmark.
I did a heavyweight tournament in Denmark, right? In 2013 it was, and I had to be 93.5 kilo, right? I was only 89 kilo. Couldn't put any more weight on. I went on Burger King. I was on the Decker, the Sus, the fucking lot. Couldn't put it on. So Sam was like, right, you've got to be over 90, otherwise I'm not going to let you fight. So we got 2.5 kilo leg weights from Argos. I masking taped them to my legs. I wore a pair of joggers, and I weighed at a heavyweight. And then I got after it. So, can you put a pair of shorts on and do like a little promo video? And I thought, no, I can't. So I went into the toilet, bailed them off. I'd take marks on my legs, and they were looking at me like, fuck, he has got some heavy fucking bones, because he is not heavyweight. I thought I won the first 2 fights by knockout, and I fought Volkan Oezdemir who went and fought Daniel Cormier in the UFC in the final. He fucking clubbed the fuck out of me for about 2 minutes. Fucking night that was.
I don't think there's
still
any
good
more
to get as far as you did, though. That's still good growth.
Yeah, got to the final.
I don't think there's any gamer lads than
to be fair,
lads, to be honest.
I'm game as the company. I've always been game.
What does that come from then, Andy? Why where does the gameness come from?
I don't know, because I moved out to Newcastle 20 years ago when I was 17 when I first joined the army, and I've never had no one around us, like, you know what I mean? And I think I've just had to depend on myself all the time. I mean, I've got family and all that, but I've never lived in Newcastle where I've got family to go to and to go and cry on someone's shoulder. I've never had that in 20 years. So I think it just came from that. I'm just like, something in my head where it's just like, whatever fucking happens, I'm like, yeah, on my own, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's just come from that. That's what I'm thinking, like.
Obviously, the army will have taught you, a lot.
Yeah, I mean, once you've seen a different life when you've been in Afghanistan, it's a totally different thing, you know what I mean? So probably that. I shouldn't be here. I probably think I was fucking getting it.
I know, and I love the fact that you still come down the ring with your beret on as well.
Oh man, always come with me beret on, and that. I will be. I never done it last time. I never done it last time because obviously I was on holiday when I fought for you.
Yeah.
So I'll be bringing the full shebang this time. Be bringing me all.
Yeah. I think there'd have been question marks last time if you'd have took your beret on holiday with you. It would have been. Why he took his beret on holiday with you?
There'd have been question marks if you could fucking sombrero on.
Just climbing the mountain.
I know, it's going to be some fight, mate. I can't wait for it.
Nathan,
I think he's well matched, and I think, like Gilly said earlier, I think it could go the distance. That
I even put on my Facebook and all that the other day. I said, or last week or something. I says I've only got a few fights left in us, but there's another change of thingy today. I mean, Andy Bakewell's been in touch with us yesterday, and looking for October 19th. But this fight. And what I did have lined up, which I don't know if it's still going ahead, These were going to be my last two, and I thought myself, these are really good matches for me last fights. You know what I mean? I mean, if I'm 37 now, I've had all these fights. I mean, this is me 123rd fight, gloved and bare knuckle, 19th bare knuckle. But I'm 37. I'm not the fighter I used to be 3 years ago. You know what I mean? So I think at the way I'm at now, I'm not far off how I was 3 years ago, but this is a good match for me. I'm happy with this. And I hope it goes all the way, because not one of me bare knuckle and 18 bare knuckles went all the way. If I've been sparked or he's been sparked.
I'm 37 as well, and right, and I feel better now. Or I'd say, 2 years ago when I first jumped with BKFC, I feel better now than I've done my whole career.
Yeah.
From about 35, I felt better now and fitter and stronger than I did when I was 23, 24 fighting.
Yeah, I mean, we're men like us, like we don't do bare knuckle because we want to do bare knuckle. Something's always got a past and like I have my ups and downs, but I'm in a good place now, and I'm in a good place to finish my career on a good high. Yeah, and I needed it. It's now.
Do you think that's the fight experience, though? Everything, you've had all your fights when you were younger and stuff, 35 years old. When you look at a lot of the BKFC lads, a lot of them are, 35 plus, and some, like, Mick Terrell, 41 or 40, whatever he is, world heavyweight champion. This is the kind of age, you can kind of, we have
bare knuckle is a short career, you probably get 4 or 5 years at the most in it, I think.
I've been doing it 12.
Yeah. Well, you can see that with your face. But no, I think if it's good coming from a boxing or MMA background and then getting into bare knuckle. I think is the perfect way when you get into get into your 30s. I don't think you could start a bare knuckle career at 21 and still be fighting at 30 odd. Unless you've only fought once or twice a year. You need the experience. You need to take the shots in other fights and boxing, MMA, and then jump into bare knuckle. These guys that are going to start bare knuckle at 20, 21, at 25, they won't be in that. They won't be in this game. And
most of them are starting now. Not even no boxing experience in them.
Yeah. And this, no boxing, no MMA background. They're jumping into bare knuckle fights, and I think that is a short career if you start as a bare knuckle fighter.
Yeah, 100% it is.
If you
couldn't agree more.
Yeah, that's why I think it's ideal to do a career in MMA, career in boxing, or a few years, and then jump into bare knuckle.
Yeah, without a doubt, you need it. If you're not got that foreign experience,
Yeah, you need that fighting experience. You need. It's a lot different. Fucking getting it bare knuckle, and. You need those fights behind you before you jump into it, and that's only my opinion on it. I like arseholes.
Yeah, it is, mate. I mean, people's got the excuse where I fight every weekend. I mean, come on, you do it when you're pissed. You don't do it sober.
Oh yeah, and it's 10 seconds in the fucking street, and everyone jumps in.
Yeah, exactly. I punch the bag for 30 seconds and see how long you last on that fucker.
Yeah,
the amount of arguments about I'm saying the amount of arguments I've had with lads over that when they said, it's just a pub brawl, isn't it? I said, no, it's fucking totally different. These are guys that's never fought before, by the way. It's telling me this. Yeah. It's just like a street fight. It's not, because you're standing toe-to-toe with someone who's trained in boxing, MMA, whatever it may be, and you're getting fucking, it's like, you can't explain until you've done it. I've said this on previous shows. And go back to what you said there, David. You've got to do another sport before you go in there to realise that how hard bare knuckle is. Because without them gloves on, and my background was MMA like yourself, fucking hell, when them gloves come off, mate, it's like, shit, what the fuck am I doing? It's not a street fight with your head down. It's toe-to-toe, getting precise punched. That's what it is. It's boxing without gloves on. Yeah. And the truth of it is, they hurt.
Yeah, even with MMA gloves on, you've got that little bit of protection where if they throw a shot, the glove will catch on the leather and it'll stop. But with bare knuckle out, and you get hit in the hand with a shot, you're going to break your hand. It's a massive difference in the game. Yes, the gloves with 4-ounce gloves, it's not much difference with bare knuckle, but it is with the protection wise.
So here's one for you. I had a rant off to the lads the other day. So I was in the group and I said, you shouldn't be taking any more than 2-3 fights tops a year if you want to get to the top, and that's what you want to do. But you can't fight. My big thing was, I won't mention names, you can't fight at least fucking a month before our event. So I think, and I only know that through
6 weeks at least.
Because my hands after my fight, and again only from my experience, they were up like boxing gloves. It looked like I had boxing gloves on because they were swelled that bad. Like you couldn't fight for a week after my fight, especially. I couldn't afford 4 weeks afterwards. So these people, it's like all you're doing is jeopardising not only your the show that you're on then, but it's your record and everything else that comes with it. You can't possibly do that. You couldn't fight fucking week in, week out.
Not at a high level. No, you could probably take some fights on smaller shows. And
I'm not explaining myself there, but you know what I'm trying to say. You can't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
you can't possibly do it.
These guys that are doing 2 or 3 fights a fucking weekend. The first 30 seconds are in there throwing everything, and then as soon as they can take a knee or take it out, they're going down. They're not properly fighting.
Well, Dave, this is why one of our fighters pulled. Like this is the same reason. It's why we have to do last minute matchups. It's silly to do that. You can't risk that. And especially when you want to go to the top, you can't possibly do that.
The guys that are doing that are just doing it for the money and to get out there. If you've got a fight booked in 6 weeks, your main concentration is that fight. You don't want to be jumping in with a fight 2 weeks before because you need 500 quid to get a couple of bags in you.
We don't want to be that show either. We don't want to be that show.
And don't be that show.
We want the lads that's trained fucking however many fucking months for this fight. We want to be that next big show, and I think that's that's kind of like what I think we're heading on the right direction if we're all in agreement there.
You'd be better losing a fight than bringing in some guy who's just jumping around every weekend fighting just so you can keep a fight. You're better off losing it to keep the standard of your fights.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Especially on the bare knuckle scene, I agree with that. But I have done in the past, and like Kev knows, he sent us a message because I was going to fight this Sunday, but because obviously Kev and he messaged us saying I don't think it's a good idea. I'm actually the judge on the show now, but it was a glove show. And it was just like some lads think this is just a warm up, but then again, if you get knocked down, you get stopped. You've got that 28 days.
Well, it's six weeks before you spar, should be, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be 6 weeks.
Health-wise,
if you're fighting on a show that's got you fighting on a show that's got no governing body or commission, you can fight every fucking week.
Oh well, exactly.
Yeah.
But you're still getting cut with 16 gloves on. You still get cut.
But I wasn't going to jeopardize me shot at on Wbkb again. So I just didn't.
We appreciate that, mate. We do appreciate that.
There's a question came in for you there, Andy, from KSB. Hope you're all right, my man. Andy Walsh, is there anyone that you'd love to fight before you stop?
Anyone I'd love to fight before I stop?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Go on,
Who have I not fought? Who have I not fought?
Me.
David Brown.
I thought you might have said that with like muscles at you.
Get yourself down to 70 kilo.
Do 75.
75. Get it on. BKC, I can do 75.
Interesting that you said that before. We kind of passed over that, but you've had a phone call today from Bakewell. You were saying.
I've had a message yesterday at Bakewell saying 19th of October, 66 kilogram. Can you do it? I said, fucking yeah. Fucking course I
can. Someone else also not sure as well, isn't there, David? But I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it.
I've just mentioned it. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but anyway.
I had a message about it, who was, and it was going ahead. And then I had a message saying, no, they're going to go with someone else. Apparently, I've heard also that Aaron Chalmers is fucking signed for him.
Fucking hell.
But, his management don't want him to fight a decent fighter. They want to fucking give him someone like Dapper Laughs or fucking KSI. They're going to turn it into they're going to turn it into like the Jake Paul fucking YouTube fucking boxers fucking show.
I fucking hope not. I fucking can't stand that shit.
That fucking prick on there.
Can't stand that shit.
He just fought fucking Floyd Mayweather, right? And then now he wants to fight some fucking, Dapper Laughs or fucking KSI. You're coming to the BKFC. Come and fight a fucking BKFC fighter. It's not a fucking YouTube fucking show, is it? He didn't
I'll tell
deserve
you,
it.
I'll answer my answer. I'll answer my question.
Go on.
Well, answer my question.
Go on,
Go on, Andy.
So, I remember Newcastle was BKFC fucking 47, I think, maybe. When Robbie Brown fought Ben Hatchett, well, if you remember, I was matched up with Robbie Brown first, wasn't I?
Nice fight.
And I got cut. Yeah. I got cut in a fight a month before. So I would love that. But me and Robbie went to Ukraine together and all that. But I'd love for that fight to have happened.
It's a good
That'd be a
fight.
good fight. That would be a good matchup.
I like Robbie. I like his fighting style.
I love it. He's mint. Look at him. Look at the last one. Fucking fantastic, man.
Yeah. I was gutted that the one before in.
He got
the cut in his eye, didn't he?
Yeah,
Chip.
Yeah, I was gutted with that because
I know.
Yeah, that
and
shit like that.
He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman as well, man.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He is. He's kindly donated his wraps and he's going to donate his pink shorts as well for the Wbkb to auction off at the show. So looking forward to that.
Give him a shout out as well, Robbie Brown, man. Get in.
Yeah, shout out Robbie Brown as always.
Yeah.
But again, Ross, just go back to this fight. You talk about this is what this show's all about. We have no fighters on this show that aren't upwardly mobile. You've got Nathan wherever he's at, right? So Nathan's talks the talk. Nathan wants to be in such as the BKFC in future. As an MMA fighter, he's fought Paddy Pimblett, he's fought Lerone Murphy. He's a tough bastard. And then you've got Andy, and Andy's got the BKFC already sort of, looking to match him hopefully on a show in the future. And this is what we say: we haven't got guys who are coming to take a knee. There's no fillers on this show. Everybody who's coming to fight on WBKB3, they're all guys who are coming to fight. They're all guys who could potentially fight on shows such as the BKFC. And I'm just saying, folk out there, when you're watching, this is the quality of the fights that we're bringing to Cumbria. We're bringing some real top quality fighters and some real top quality fights right onto your doorstep. These events are absolutely first class, and we're looking forward to the 31st of August. So if you're out there and you haven't got your ticket yet, get your ticket, come along and watch, 11 fantastic fights. Andy Walsh and Nathan Thompson being one of that 11.
You've got a sick card on. It's a sick card. I will say that. I can't wait to watch some of that.
What the fuck was that?
What was that? Show us. I missed it. I looked away.
You're a fucking dick.
What did he do there? I missed that. Fuck.
Put me with your big fucking blood. Have you put me as fucking Joe Exotic? Fuck you, you're a dick.
When that fella says make me some soup, you make him some soup.
We'll say, to top on your comment, Gilly, as far as it goes event-wise, we went far out with this one as well. Like with the tent that we've got going in it, in a stadium, we're having an open front. Fucking fingers crossed that this weather stops decent. It's been fucking torrential rain up here. I'm praying that it's sunny on the day. The loud music, the lights, the smoke, the fire that we've got this time, we went all out on effects and everything. So this is going to be, it's a potential for the biggest thing that we've had in Cumbria so far, especially with the card that we've got and the lads that we've got fighting. It is going to be fucking immense. I promise you that.
Absolutely. With Andy's already been on the BKFC, and we hope
we know that.
Others will move on to the BKFC, bringing David Round, Gary Fox, Danny Christie, Bartek Canopy, Aggie Faulkner, Luke Hughes is coming. The biggest names in the bare knuckle sport. We're bringing them to
Ross,
Cumbria.
The man is sell. Andy Bakewell's coming.
Andy Bakewell's coming. BKFC UK boss man. He's going to be there casting an eye over everyone, over the talent to see if he can take anyone on. Yeah. And what David's done as well, he sent us a message. It was a few weeks ago now, but David, you tell them what you want to do for the fighters.
So I'm gonna give our for the fight of the night, I'm going to give each fighter 2 tickets to my next fight, and for the knockout of the night, I'm going to give 2 tickets for my next fight.
Fucking awesome. Absolutely
Yeah,
awesome.
It's a little bonus I want to give to the guys. So yeah, obviously fight of the night and the knockout. The fight of the night, the 2 fighters will get 2 each, and the knockout of the night, they'll get the knockout of the night will get 2 tickets each.
That's
What if I get both of them?
You get 4 tickets.
You get 4 tickets. Hey, I know you're an ex-squad being punched in the face, Lord, but that's simple math. Like.
Do any punches?
Fucking walked into that one, mate. Don't be doing
I fucking no idea. I realised as soon as I said it.
No, that's an amazing gesture what you've made there, David. I think, you know, not that the extra incentive,
you
but
guys
the fact that you want to do that for them is unreal.
You know, you guys have put the effort in to get me up there, so there's a little something back for you guys to for the
we appreciate that.
Yeah, it's absolute legend, mate. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, I'll be definitely going to get 2 of them tickets without a doubt.
You might be on the same card, mate, in Newcastle.
I know, yeah. Could be.
Yeah, that's I've been given that. I've been given that date, so yeah.
Happy days, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Be good to meet you. Good to meet you, fucking David and all, man. Be good to meet you, mate.
Yeah. I've just found your fights on YouTube, so I'm gonna have a look at them after.
There's plenty.
Yes,
there's plenty of them to watch.
Yeah,
there's plenty of them to watch.
Yeah,
I think you can get them on bumfights.com or something like that. It's cool.
Hey, do you remember Bumfights? That was amazing. Do you remember the guy who ran it and he went on the fucking the host in America and he dressed up as him and shaved his head off, didn't he?
I'm on Rematch and all.
Bumfights.
Sorry,
how many fights did you say? I know you said it earlier. Was it 129 fights that you've said you've had?
I've had 18 bare knuckle. This will be my 19th, and I've had 104 boxing.
Jeez.
Gloves from a young age, obviously. But I've been very active as well. Everyone knows I'm an active fighter. Not as much as I haven't been active lately. I've been get my body right and everything. I just want to go out with a bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to. I should have done years ago what all the lads are doing now, doing it proper. You know, I wish I had someone behind us, like who David's got behind him, or Danny Christie's got behind him, or Robbie Brown's got behind him. I needed that person, and I've got it now. And Jonathan Stoner.
Can I ask you 2 questions, Andy?
Yes, man.
First one, I know you don't talk shit, but we'll do the obligatory ask your prediction for the fight. And the second question is, obviously, you're very well aware of Vidmantis and Etchkis and his abilities, and you're a fan of Jack Dugdale. How do you see our European welterweight title main event going on the night?
Oh, man. Well, I've not spoken to Vidmantis in a bit. So I've just moved out of Rotherham for a little bit while I'm starting this gym up. He's going to need to keep that guard up and not walk into the punches that he walks into with Jack. There's going to be a stoppage. Put it that way. It's going to be stopped, and I think there'll be a stoppage in the first round.
Oh, you're not giving that away there, Andy. Come on.
No. What about your own fight, Andy? I know you don't like to talk shit, but how do you see that fight playing out on the night?
I think Jack will get it.
Nice.
But obviously Vidmantis is my boy. Vidmantis is my boy, but I think Jack will get it. But Vidmantis needs to move his head. If Vidmantis comes in like Mike Tyson, moves his head, keeps his hands up, he'll get it.
What about you and Nathan? I know you don't like Gilly was saying talking shit.
I want it. I've never had a bare knuckle fight to go all the way. I want it to go all the way. I want this to go all the way. I want a war. So I'm ready for one. I'll obviously show me toughness all the way through, like I do in every bare knuckle fight. I show me toughness, but it would be nice to get a nice second round knockout or something at the end of the round.
Nice.
But I want it to go all the way.
Well, do you know? Think back now, Andy. It was actually your toughness that first caught our eye. We can remember. We went to Rock Solid Promotions and we watched you fight Robbie Adamson in the high heat. and that, you know, and you picked yourself up 2 or 3 times off the canvas in that fight and kept coming at him and giving him, you know, a hell of a battle. And I think that was we were there that day. We came away and we were like, that's the kind of fight that we want on our shows. You know, that's the kind of heart, and that's the kind of.
And
fight
that's where I met you. No, wasn't it? I met you, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It was a pleasure.
Both you and Sam, it was, but that was the first time we'd seen you down there. Like to expand on what Gilly said there, it was class to watch, you know. Well, fighters that want to get up, I mean, you get too many fighters now too willing to take a knee, you know. They've been hit, don't want to hit again, they'll take a knee, won't get back up, wave their hand. It was nice to see people get back and say, right, fucking again, you know, it's that determination. That's what
the crowd was going fucking sick, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that's what you want in events. I mean, that's what we want. You know, that's
never
exactly
guess what. I thought they were shouting Walshy, they weren't shouting Robbie. Oh, fucking hell.
I was shouting Walshy.
Hey, he got his back off the canvas, the fucking
did. Yeah, good.
I was shouting Walshy. I was there that night as well. It was.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
I met you at BKB, didn't I? Though.
That's right. I met you at your BKB fight. Yeah.
When I was on the Prospect show.
That's right. Liverpool,
wasn't it?
You were commentator that day, weren't you, Ross?
No, me and Lou were doing some filming, some live streaming of the Rock Solid promotion. We didn't do any commentary on it, but
I thought that was the day you were commentating because Video Craig was unavailable, but it must have been another day.
I thought you were the guy with the feathers in your hat, weren't you?
No, that's this show. I'll have the feathers in my hat this one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be some night, lads. I can't wait. 31st of August. 31st, like a week on Saturday. Get your tickets because it's going to be something you don't want to miss.
Can I just obviously expand on what we said about Andy Bakewell before, like the people that's helped us out, you know, grabbing these like people, for the fighters that's dropped out, for instance. We can't thank like Andy Bakewell because he was one of the guys that helped us out. Give us some names to ring up. There was Ash Meyer, Simon Kirk, Sam Blakely, all good lads. You know, like we're doing a management team thing at the moment. We're all trying to work together, not tread on each other's toes. Lift the shows up differently. It just works for us all, you know, not take each other's fighters. You're getting some sneaky promotions now where they're saying, Andy, will you fight 2 weeks before Kevin's fucking show? And it's like, no, you can't, you can't do it. So we're working together as like a management team. I think it's going to be good for the future, isn't it? For WBKB.
Fight management UK.
That's it.
So, you don't want to be pissing other promotions off by paying, you've got to fight 2 weeks before and giving someone else more money.
Work.
No, it don't. At the end of the day, the BKFC is where a lot of people ever want to get to, but you need the shows like yourselves and the other shows to get them fighters there and get them ready for that type of show. And like I say, you need to wait. Yeah, and Andy Bakewell helping you out. It's brilliant. There's no BKFC show for a few weeks, so why wouldn't he? It just shows the type of guy he is.
I just think that the guys that helped us out, we do appreciate them as well. So it's just a big shout out for them lads, and I think you say we do thank them all. So, and it's great working with everybody.
Yeah, you got it.
129 fights, you said, 18. This is going to be your 19th bet. Which one's been your hardest bare knuckle fight so far?
Oh, it was my very first one.
Was it?
With Brad Harris, and it was on UB Bad, in Newcastle 12 years ago.
Jeez.
12 I was in the army. Listen to this story. Listen to this one. So I was in the army. I got paid 450 quid for the fight. Yeah. I went back on the Monday to the army. The army says, because it was all over the internet and all that, you being up the fighting and all that, you're going into the commanding officer. So I marched in. He says, how much did you get for that fight? Walsh, I says, £450. £450, sir. He went, right, you're getting charged £450, self-inflicted wound. I thought, you fucking bastard, I lost it all.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with that.
what made that your toughest fight then? Just because it was the first one, or that was your first
I
taste?
got called up a couple hours before off Stu Armstrong, a lad called Stu Armstrong. He rang us up and he says, "Andy, are you home?" and all that. I says, yeah, because I was boxing for the army and all that then as well. And he says, "Listen, I've got a fight here for you. A lad's pulled out. Do you want to jump in it?" I says, "Fucking yeah, man." It was always going to come my way. It was was always going to come my way.
Yeah. But refereeing something that you're available to do as well, isn't it? People can follow you on Instagram. Yeah.
I fucking love refereeing, mate.
Oh, we'll maybe get you up for the next show. Get you
Yeah. That would be fantastic, man. Absolutely love that, man.
That's some head on.
He wants to have a look. He's fucking bouncing around because he can hear me talking to people and he doesn't know where they are.
Honestly, Dave, I have never before in my life seen a dog look so much like its owner.
Oh, no, right? Oh. I'll send you a picture. My old man sent me a photo when I was in Mexico of my old man and him, and they look the fucking same. My old man's 71, 72. Looks like he's been dug up 30 odd years in the Navy, and he looked the image of my fucking dog.
What's he called?
What, my dog?
Yeah.
He's called Face.
Face.
So my wife was like, right,
18.
the next dog we get, I want to call it What's His Face or What's His My Face. So his full name is What's His My Face or What's His Face.
My dog called Shithouse. It's a little Frenchie, little Shithouse.
I had him for fuck all, really. Someone put on Facebook, and I thought it was my friend's wife. It wasn't. Somebody shared it, and so I messaged this person. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come get the dog." I was on night, so I finished work at like 7 in.m. Drove to Cardiff, knocked this door, and I was like, "Hi, is Jason here?" And he was like, "She was like, no, did you on about?" I said, "Do you not marry Jason?" She was like, "No, I haven't got a clue." I said, "Well, I'm here for the dog." She said, "Yeah, you can have the dog." And he had like a gimpy paw. He was the runt of the litter. And so she was like, "Oh, look, I don't want any money for him." And they were getting sold for like £2,000. So I said, "I'll give you 50 quid for the other dogs." I didn't think he was going to last a week. He was fucked. I honestly thought he was going to die. So I thought, well, if he's with us for a week, he'll have a better life than being over here. And now he's 1 year old and fucking flying around. He's got one bollock. Yeah, he's got one ball. We had to straighten his paw out. But no, he's fucking brilliant.
Dave, would you call your dog Gangster?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm the only fucking gangster on here.
Rick Doherty's dog's called Gangster.
My Pomeranian is called Gangster. Oh, well, I can imagine he's as much as a gangster as the other fucking gangster in Wales.
Question there as well. Is there going to be pay-per-view for this event? There is no pay-per-view for this event. You can only be there you've got to be there to see it.
I will stream it and I will charge £5 off my phone. I will go live on Facebook for £5 per person.
It wouldn't surprise me if Ash streams it live as well. Ash streamed the last one, didn't he?
He always does every fight, doesn't he?
So fuck off.
Probably will. He'll be
in those respect to Ash. You can not live stream on a phone.
Do you remember? I think it was one FC or thing. They had a body cam on the referee. Have you seen that?
Yeah, Wbkb.
Yeah, I think it was a few. Like I'm sure one FC did it at first one. I think that's a great idea. You wrap a body cam on the referee for different. That's a fucking up close.
You get all action, then you get the comments as well.
Yeah.
Aye. Jack Dugdale there in the house as well. Evening, Jack. Hope you're well.
Yeah, right, Jack.
Can't wait to see him fight on a week Saturday. But David, doing the judging, you're going to obviously you're our special guest judge, and you've been taking it very seriously, as I was saying last week. Even when the BKFC was going on, you were sending us messages saying, "Oh, I didn't have it like that. I had it like Well,
so I got them written down. I had most of them right. That's all right here. Right, the I can't say it. Barbau and Thorpe when they fought.
Barbaroo and George Thorpe.
Now I had it 48-47 to Barbaroo, and they give it way the other way. But I thought Barrow was more aggressive. He was coming forward more. In my eyes, that wins the fucking fight for me. But by Graves and O'Sullivan, I had that right. I had it 49, 46. They scored 50, 47.
Hello?
The Conor Tierney fight, mind. I had it. I've got it written down. Now, the Conor Tierney fight, I had it 10-9 to Graham in the first round. I felt Graham was more aggressive, came forward. I felt Conor was a bit overwhelmed by how Graham was. 10-8 to Conor in the second. Obviously, he put Graham down. The third round could have gone either way for me. So it was a close round. It could have gone either way, but I still felt Graham was more aggressive and coming forward more. The fourth round was obviously 10-8 to Graham. It was his most dominated round, and he put Conor down. And I think another 20-odd seconds he'd have finished Conor. And then the last round, I felt Conor won that just, but in my eyes, it was 47-46 to Graham.
I think a lot of us were hoping for a 6th round, to be honest.
It could, yeah, and I wouldn't have been surprised if it went the 6th round, but yeah, the third round was close, but I felt Graham was coming forward more and more aggressive.
So what are you going to be looking for from the WBKB fighters? How are you looking to? I mean, aggression. You said about
obviously aggression is a massive thing, but I do obviously like I spoke to Sean Wheelock, obviously the commentator from BKFC. Now they don't judge bare knuckle fights with defense. Defense is not a score and mark. So unlike boxing, they score for defense. I, however, was scoring it like that. But yeah, aggression, obviously shots, obviously knockdowns are a big thing. But yeah, but I do feel defense is a big thing in the sport, and we should be judging like that. When John Ferguson fought the other week, I felt John's defense was brilliant. His head movement was great, which I felt he should be scored on. But from what Sean Wheelock says, they don't score bare knuckle fights on defense, which I disagree with that.
Oh, well, that'd be interesting to see. Be interesting to see how you score.
I would have to agree with you there, Dave. I think, like you say, you've got to give some.
If you're running away from the fight, that's not defense. But if your head movement is good, like John Ferguson, he had fucking amazing head movement. I didn't think he could move that big head like that because, and his head movement was good. He was moving out of shots, but staying in the pocket and throwing shots back. Now, if he was just moving out the way and moving back, I wouldn't class that as defense. I'd class that as running. So yeah, I'm going to look for that type of defense. If you're moving your head and countering, I think that's marks for you. That's my opinion on it, and I think that's how it should be scored.
Fair play.
Look at Nick Diaz and Carlos Condit. The UFC scored that for Condit, and all he did was run away pretty much the whole fight. I believe he should be scoring it like that.
That's from a fighter's perspective, that as well, isn't it?
And I have no head movement or defense at all, so I'm really fucking going out on a limb with that.
Yeah, we've seen David.
I don't move my head. You've seen that in the last fight when Christie bagged me out 3 times.
You block punches with your face, mate.
Yeah, because you can punch him with 2 hands. Then
I always found that easier, if I'm honest with you.
Wait, when I'm warming up and I'm in the change room, I'm like that.
But I think it goes back to what you're saying there, Dave. It's a rare skill. It's not something that everybody possesses. Even guys like Kev who fought at like a real high level, like you said, it's head movement and things like that. It's at elite level. It's really difficult. So if you've got guys who can defend, who can slip shots and things like that, and keep the head movement, change the angle,
countering, I think is
a
massive.
Ready for that, 100%.
Dave, do you not think it's a boxer's sport, really? Like, I know we've done the MMA side of things and stuff like that. So I was never a stand-up fighter. I'd always take someone to the floor. But ultimately, I think it's still bare knuckle boxing's boxing, and I still think that's
no, I don't agree. I don't like when I fought Nathan Owens, now ex-pro boxer. I knew I had to take the fight to him, otherwise he'd have. If you let a boxer box you in bare knuckle, you'll jab your fucking lips off. You know,
Granted,
you have to take it to him. I don't think because of the clinch work and the active clinch week that you can use. I think that takes away a lot from boxers, and also with boxers being so used to the big gloves and the defense. Yes, it is generally a boxer's sport, but I do feel an MMA background is better.
There's a lot goes for it, right? Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. You know, it's a different stance with MMA, and you look for the clinch, or you can clinch in MMA. So I do feel an MMA background is better than a boxer one, unless you are a high class, fucking boxer. Who did Palomino fight last time?
Trout.
Is he pretty? He's ex-pro boxer, isn't he?
Yeah, the way he turned him and knocked him out, it was class, wasn't it?
Unless you're at that level of boxing, I can imagine if fucking Canelo came over, he'd fucking tear the division apart. But yeah. I just feel that MMA is a better background for it. Hang on, my cat.
I think like the Thai as well. Obviously there's a strong clinch game in Thai. So I mean,
who did we speak to the other week? Aiden, he's got a Thai background, and I said to him, that's a great. They're so used to clinching, single arm clinches, and that'll work for him.
Yeah, I think Jono Chip Chase. That's Jono's background as well. Thai.
Yeah,
an unbelievable Thai boxer, but he obviously hits like a train as well. The way he's going through people.
Yeah,
the BKFC.
Absolutely, he's a wrecking ball, isn't he?
Just in case Stella Artore wants to sponsor me.
At least you're not on the Heineken tonight.
No,
Heineken tonight. I didn't fancy going Dutch tonight. I'll go on fucking French. Belgium.
He's actually on the proper lager tonight. I don't know what's going on. He's on the proper. He's on the proper lager.
I bet you drink Coors. I bet you drink bitter.
No, he's bitter. He doesn't drink.
I drink gin and tonic because I'm woke and it's 2024. No,
Kev's lager and lime. Kev's definitely a lager and lime, or a lager tops.
Taboo lemonade.
Baby shower.
Mine's wine in a plastic glass. Just trying to be professional. No, we've been honest.
You won't be a soft drink in there, that's for certain.
Yeah, being professional.
Not just any plastic glass, it's an Ocean Beach plastic glass.
You stole an Ocean Beach plastic glass.
You got that off Wayne Lineker.
I said it personally.
How was it a plastic glass? I thought plastic was plastic and glass was glass.
That's a very good point.
Don't confuse it, David. Don't confuse it.
He's chuffed with that one, isn't he?
It's not just a hat rack.
Now then.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Lads, I can't wait. Are we going to do one more next Thursday before?
So
we've got the weigh-ins on Friday.
Yeah.
The doors will open. The ceremonial weigh-ins. The doors will open at 5:00. We'll be doing the ceremonial weigh-ins. Will start at 6.
Yeah.
That's going to be the Moresby Rugby Club. You can all come down to that, watch it, have a few pints, and have a bit of a crack. I think David's going to be there now on the Friday, aren't you?
Yeah,
so, David will be available for photos and signing autographs.
We've got two new signings for the night. We'll have Corey Harrison and Grant Hockin facing off. They're now going to be fighting at WBKB 4. And then, like you say, we've got lots of the fighters from WBKB 3. You've got to be there. We'll have likes of Richard Hodgson and Phil Flavel going head to head. Martin Smith and Matt Sutton. Jack Dugdale's going to be there. Like I say, David Rowe's going to be there.
And Sandra.
Yeah, Sandra Rees and Tammy O'Connell would open. They're going to be joining us on the night as well. So, it's going to be a fantastic night. Ceremonial weigh-ins. We've already got a big crowd of people that are going to be coming along to see the weigh-ins, meet the fighters and things like that. So it's going to be the perfect night before event for everybody. And like I say, if you come along, you'll be the first to hear about the 2 new Wbkb signings, which we're absolutely delighted to announce. 2 West Cumbrian lads that have got the impact or the potential to make a massive impact on the bare knuckle boxing scene, and we're looking forward to having them on board, and they'll be going into Wbkb4, because again, we're always planning for the future, we're always looking ahead, you know, we don't just match fights willy-nilly. Every time we match in a fight, we've kind of got the next step of the chessboard already in our heads, so we're looking forward to showing folk what we've got for Wbkb4, but before that, it's the small business of Wbkb3. We're going to be crowning 2 champions on the night, room full of special guests, special effects, beer will be flowing, you know, fantastic people, great atmosphere, brilliant music. It's just going to be a superb event, not to be missed. We're down to our very limited ticket numbers now, so I know Kev's sick of his phone. I think he's about ready for throwing it out the window. But if you want to give him a shout, 07568 729 822, or if you message us through the Facebook or the Instagram pages, we can get your tickets sorted and we can do drop-offs and post out this week for you if needs be.
Yeah, honestly, you couldn't have said any better myself, Gilly, but that's what you're saying there. Honestly, guys, I can't tell you enough. Get your tickets now. VIPs.
Down to the last 20.
Really, so same 20 VIPs left. I mean, I don't know if that's a fair number or not, but
there's still standard tickets available, though, isn't there?
Yeah, you know something. It's selling out, guys. Honestly, like I said, Gilly's just hit the nail on the head there. It's massive. This show's going to be the one. So get your tickets now. Come get, like I said, get in touch with us. We'll drop them off. Yeah, let's get it on. Honestly, the excitement's there. It's there. We're buzzing now. This is it now, guys. Last week we're on.
Last week,
Honestly,
and I'll be doing an interview with the. I'll be doing an interview with the News and Star, the Cumbria paper, tomorrow as well to talk about the show. So I'm looking forward to that.
Fantastic.
Gilly, have you, obviously, you've got title fights on next week.
Yeah.
Have you got, obviously, is there guys that will fight the winner? You know, have you got guys lined up to fight the winners? Have you got title contenders or number one contenders and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the caveat with that.
Just before you get into that, I just want to give a shout out to Tammy as well. She's going to be at the weigh-ins and fighting on the show as well. We can't wait to have a history-making event and our first female fight for the WBKB.
100%.
Shout out, Tammy.
Tammy.
I mean, yeah. So again, I think the thing we did as well, Dave, is it's opportunity knocks because from our end, obviously, if Jack Dugdale wins our European title.
Yeah,
he's obviously a teammate of Seamus Devlin. Jack might go on to one of the big shows afterwards. I'd say same with Gary Taylor. But I mean, what we're looking at is such as WBKB4. We'll have Corey Harrison versus Grant Hockin for our cruiserweight title. I would think most likely we've got a guy there, Dan Park. Dan's an ex-MMA fighter. He's absolutely blasted his way through 2 opponents. Dan looks absolutely $1 million. I think there's a chance that Dan will be fighting for the title on our next event as well. You know, we've really got some big plans. I don't know about Kev, but you know, I think I'd love to see a big boys title as well in the near future. I think we'd love to see maybe a couple of good heavyweights go to war and maybe pick up a belt in our show. You know, but like you say, everything kind of is interlinked, isn't it? You know, guys like Matt Sutton. You know, if Matt Sutton wins, Matt Sutton has got a chance there to go on to a title fight. You know, if
nice.
Yeah, basically,
so there's potential.
The card has got something to fight for.
There's potential for fighters that win next Saturday to be fighting for titles on the next show.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I think as well, you know, this is our 3rd show. We're still building. We're still growing. We're getting fighters from all over the world contacting the WBKB to come and fight for us. You know, there was people from Costa Rica and Thailand and all kinds of things. You know, we want to be in a position eventually to kind of say yes to these guys and get them over and have them on and things like that. But
I think if possible, we'll take the show to them, Ross. We'll do
that'd be nice,
Thailand, WBKB, Costa Rica. That's what we'll do. Get them coming to us. We'll save the airfare. We'll go over to them instead. But
you're part of the team now, Dave. So you want to us? You're coming over with us.
I'm in.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
His wife wouldn't even let him on the podcast last week, let alone let him go to Thailand. So there's no chance.
Mr.
Fucking hell,
Potato Head.
up to an hour and a half ago, you were only paying for one night in the fucking hotel for me. So then I've just found out you're going to fly guys over from Costa Rica. Fucking hell.
We've got your hostel for Friday night.
I'm surprised I'm on the fucking tent.
You
Please,
are. We need
my
a security
bad.
guard for the night.
Right? Captain Wiz.
No, we're still building a database of fighters and things as well. Yeah. We want to bring fighters. We want to be the best show in the UK. We want to bring, and it's all in Cumbria. We want to move around eventually as well, to move outside of Cumbria. And, we're just building ourselves slowly, doing it right, not running before we can walk. But, the people that we've got involved and the people that we're bringing in, the likes of yourself, David, you're a massive name in the bare knuckle world. So, I mean, having you on board and,
it's nice to
know there's Danny and,
Do you know what you're saying there, Ross? Again, it's obviously, this is our third show, and it's just that constant growth. But it's knowing how to grow it and not running before we can walk and things like that. I mean, before what you're saying about when you were on about like bare knuckle and how hard it is, there was a recent survey where there was about 40% of the country or the people surveyed had said that they believe that in 4 years' time, with the right training, they could be Olympians at the next Olympic Games. And I'm thinking that's like, Joe Rogan done a segment once about the ignorance of the average person. And I think, there's a lot of folk out there, like we get them unfortunately, don't we? Like these have a go heroes. They were like, I haven't done anything, but I've had a million fights on the street. Stick us into your head.
Like 20 fights in a and won them all.
Like that, and again, we're focused on, at the moment, our focus is the quality of the product. We could probably be putting more shows on, Dave, and diluting the product, diluting the quality of our show. And we would rather not. We would rather know that every show that we put on is real high quality. The production values are increasing all the time. The music, the tech, the footage we record and the photography, everything's improving. And then, like you say, eventually, you think that we will just organically grow. And then eventually, I don't know, like you say, Wbkb Wales, working with yourself, and who knows what the future may bring, mate. But but for now, we're just happy putting on quality shows, bringing these top fights to Cumbria and just growing at our own rate without getting delusions of grandeur at the moment.
Beer Knuckles around forever, and you guys can keep this promotion up forever. Keep it going slowly,
It goes back to what you're saying there, Gilly. I think what we've got to do is we've got to find our fate here. We've got to, like all our local fighters.
Get yourself grounded and sorted. Where you are.
They're all good fighters, and they're all going to be title fights. So I think we need to find our fate. It's not good as saying, all right, we'll come to Wales and nobody turn up to a show. No, just as an example, but
I know what you mean.
First, and then work with yourself, Dave. And that would be fucking amazing to come over there. Wbkb. That's our goal. That's what we want to do. We want to travel the country, go abroad, wherever it may take us. But ultimately, I think we've got to find our feet first, and we're realistic about it.
Establish where you are. Get everything. You've got at the minute a great promotion, but you're only on your third show. So 5, 6, 7, 8 shows down the line, a couple of years, you'll be a solid promotion. You'll be able to afford to move around the country then.
I think the difference is we're like I say, it's not about money making with us either. You can ask the fighters. It's you saw what we're paying the fighters. It's out there. We're giving our fighters a good wage. We're giving hotels, things like that. These little events aren't doing things like that. They've got to sell tickets before they can do things like that. So the direction that we're doing, we're not trying to make the money. We're trying to make an event. We're trying to make something take off, and that's the difference with us. And I think that's what's going to count in the long run. That's going to work for us. That's where we're going to go. That's where opposed to everybody else.
I appreciate shit like that, because for me, I'm so far away from anywhere. Like a hotel for me, I usually I need the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because I've got to cut weight and stuff like that. And if a promotion do that, that's a massive thing for me. I'd rather take a cut of my purse and get 3 nights in a hotel than have a big purse.
Yeah, which is what we're trying to do, and that's our goal, isn't it?
I mean,
look after fighters.
Do you know what? I think, like Kev said there, essentially we're a group of people who, first and foremost, we love the sport of bare knuckle boxing. We're not in it for a quick quid. We're not, we're in it because we're passionate about the sport. Like Ross, Kelly, Kev, me, we're all passionate about the sport. We all want it done right. you know, we all see a future where there's a proper sort of governing body and a commission and everything's, you know, done. And that's what we're trying to do is make sure that everything's, you know, with our events, everybody's equally matched. You know, the weights are on point. You know, there's no corners cut, and it's expensive. You know, it's not cheap to do what we are doing. No. But we do it for the love of the sport because we try to help it grow. We try to boost the sport's reputation, and the more companies that are out there that are doing things right, that are growing the sport, the better. Because, like you said, Dave, it's a sport now that's going nowhere. It's
here now. It's here. As I've said a few times, I think we're in the golden era of bare knuckle fighting, where you know a lot of fighters, there's characters and stuff. Remember the UFC when you had Chuck Liddell, Randy Todd, you knew everyone, and then it went a bit mainstream, and you had everybody being an MMA fighter. And now I watched UFC card, I think it was the other week, and I didn't know anyone on the fucking card.
The same, you know, I was exactly the same. I was dead.
Years ago when I was fucking first fighting, when it was on Bravo, which I fought on. When I fought on Barber, I fought on Bravo. You knew everyone, and that's what bare knuckle is at the minute. You've got the characters in the sport, you've got the guys in the sport that everyone knows, everyone sees. I think in the next 10 years, it's going to be massive and it's going to be mainstream, but you won't have those characters anymore. You'll have
UFC fighters.
No, you had the Liddells and Couture and Tito and stuff like that. You know, you've got it now with us guys, but
Don Fries. Remember Don Fry?
Don Fry.
I was thinking Tank Abbott was the first one that's come by mind.
Fucking chemo and stuff like that. And
that was the old school. That was
Dan Severin as well. And
Dan Severin, you had all these characters that everybody knew. You know, every show you knew everyone on it, and in 10 years, I don't think it's going to be like that. You're going to have so many guys in the sport, but
the sport Henderson as well. Don't you share a record with Henderson?
Yeah, so me and Dan Henderson are the only MMA fighters to fight lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, light heavy, and win at every weight class in MMA.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's mad. Five different weight classes.
I felt like I was on the question of sport for a second there.
After I beat Lee Cahoon, that was my middleweight win. And I've got five wins at 5 weight classes in MMA.
Outstanding. Awesome. That's absolutely outstanding. Unbelievable, mate. It's a hell of a claim to fame. You know, to be in the same bracket as Dan Henderson. He's like, it's huge, mate. It really is.
That's it. You boys are the future Hall of Famers, like they are. You know.
Yeah, if there's a bare knuckle Hall of Fame, I'd love to be in it.
There will be, and there will be where it is now. But 20 years time, there'll be a Hall of Fame, and like you say, when you look back, these are the guys that are pioneering it now in the BKFC world. It's gonna. We'll maybe even have you in the Wbkb Hall of Fame. We'll talk about it off camera, but
I've got 6 fights left. That's 100 for me. I won't be able to do any more than that. I'm old. I'm 37. And if I'm allowed, I'd love to fight on WBKB. If I'm allowed to, I'll see if I get permission. Maybe next year.
We'll
see. Time will tell.
Rob, it's funny you should say that because we've been having a discussion off camera, and long story short, we're going to convert Kev's shed into the WBKB Hall of Fame, and David Brown's going to go there. So if you bring a photo with you on the night place, Dave, we're going to stick a photo.
If I'm going to the
Hall of Fame.
If I'm going to the Hall of Fame, I want the proper show, like the WWE do. I want fucking in the ring, fucking. I want the big speech, the fucking all my family there, everything.
Brilliant. Well, I tell you what, lads, it's been a great podcast. I will say
I've really enjoyed this one.
The excitement before the fight, like I said, it's the last week before the fight. It's the build, all this shit, all the hard work, all the fucking frustration, the whinging that I've done to you both. It's all coming to a head now. It's like we're nearly there. Let's get this over the fucking road and have a break for fuck's sake.
Have you got anything like a date for the next show lined up, or?
Well, yes, we have.
Yeah,
Go, Gilly.
Yeah, so we want, like I say, we're going to have the next show on the 1st of March 2025.
Nice.
That's when that next show is going to be. Because again, what we're thinking is, like I say, we don't rush into the shows. We kind of discussed it. We want a little sabbatical ourselves just to recharge the batteries after this. And then
we work with the other events as well.
Yeah,
and
we feel like the 1st of March doesn't clash with anybody's schedule. And on top of that,
St. David's Day, so I won't be available.
Fighters can have a good Christmas, get Christmas out the way, and then have a proper camp January into February and be ready to give us the best on the 1st of March.
What day is it, David?
St. David's Day.
You won't be available?
No. Paint for St. Wales. My day.
Yeah, your day with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Costa Rica.
He's out of the Hall of Fame. That's
We'll take that one to time.
Kev Shed.
Yeah.
Make sure shit shed as well.
Fucking
We'll make from Asda.
Black Blue from the Fuse is our first inductee instead. That's it.
Who?
Oh, that cut deep. Hey, David, can you reach back there and get that knife out my back, please, mate? That cut deep, that Gilly. You're a fucking wanker. Right. See you later, everyone.
All right, yeah. Danny's just text back. He's available. It's all right,
oh,
Who?
So Danny's available.
Can you?
Danny Christie said if you're busy, so it's all right. He's coming anyhow, so it's fine.
No, me and Danny have agreed that we're going to. Because obviously you've got a ring there, haven't you? You've got a ring set up in the show.
Yeah.
So the Saturday we're going to get some sparring in.
Yeah.
Hey, you know something? The tent, on all joke aside, the tent goes up on the Wednesday, so you've got plenty of nights sparring.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Do you know what this reminds me of? Apollo Creed and Rocky. That's what it is.
Yeah, behind closed doors.
5 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like Apollo Creed and Rocky behind closed doors.
Yeah.
This is the favourite.
We said we'd just a little move around just to do something like that.
Excellent.
yeah. Our feathers. It's there, open if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but if we're there early and we have a little move around, only a couple of rounds just to do something.
Yeah.
I don't spar. I stopped sparring fucking hell 7 years ago because I was sparring like I was fighting. I was coming home with concussions and shit like that. So, I stopped sparring.
It can get heavy.
Yeah.
So just for the lads that's watching the show, the fighters and everything else, there's going to be a lot of information going in the fighters group this week. From now onwards to the fight night. So there's going to be a lot of information going in there. So please read it. Don't half-ass it. Read the text messages that we're putting into you so that we don't have to explain it twice. And let's get ready for this fucking Saturday. Let's Saturday come in next Saturday.
One question for the three of you. Who's bald, handsome, and has to leave the chat right now?
Me.
I'll stay all night. I've got Kansas Stella.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you all, lads. I'll have to go because I tea's on, and I'll see you next week. Dave, you're in on
fucking 20 past fucking 9 at night.
People that fucking do podcasts with this fucker.
Weird fucking English people.
You take it easy, fucking assholes.
See you later, Kev.
Me off. See you later. Pleasure, lads.
Yeah, see you next week.
Ta-ra.
And then there were two.
And then there was two, mate. Then there was two.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week, mate.
Yeah, we're buzzing to have you up here, mate. Honestly,
I'm looking forward.
It's massive. It's like I said, it's massive for us, to get names like yours attached to the WBKB. And like I say, I'm sure there's a rumor flying around already that you're fighting for the WBKB, but you're not. You're coming as a special guest judge.
Yeah, special guest judge. I'm going to bring my gum shield, and I'm going to ask permission this week if somebody pulls out. I can do it. But
well, Bakewell will be at the show anyway, so you'll be able to ask him.
I'm not because. obviously I've got probably 2 years left in my career, 6 fights, and I want to do something afterwards. I don't want to just stop. I thought about being a cutman, which I'd love to do, judging, referee, and I need to stay in the sport. And if get some judging in, bit of refereeing, cutman, anything like that. But yeah, I've been enjoying watching the BKFC the last few weeks and judging it, sitting them, because we'll have it on, me and the wife, and we'll have a drink, and it's on, but we're not really watching it because we're playing cards and stuff like that. But yeah, the last few I've sat and I've actually watched, and yeah, it's enjoyable to judge it.
It's different watching it as a fan, and watching it because you you like watching someone fight or anything like that. Watching it to judge, it's totally different, isn't it?
Yeah, and when the UK card was hard to watch because I like seeing, obviously I like the guys that are fighting. I watched Calzaghe and Kessler. Remember that when Calzaghe won? I felt Kessler won it. So watch it without commentary. Yeah. So yeah, which if you ever, I think if you want to judge a fight, you should watch it without commentary. Also, we don't because it's live. But if it's a close fight, watch it back without commentary because commentary will sway your judging.
Yeah,
I feel.
No, I agree with that. They can say that someone's doing really well, and they might not necessarily be doing that. Yeah, it's interesting watching it without the commentary. I've never really thought of that.
And I like Kessler and Calzaghe was 2007, so 7 years. So and I always thought Kessler won, and I watched it back with some. I can't remember who said to me, I'm been long fighting. Well, said watch fights without commentary, and you'll learn to judge fights. And like a few I have, not many, but yeah, I think it's a good way to do it.
It is, mate. It is, and I love how like I say, you were texting at the BKFC and stuff, and I love how serious you're taking it. And it's interesting because I think like you say, it's hard for a lot of fighters when the career comes to an end, but they still want to be involved in the sport. And what capacity do they do that in? It's good that you're already thinking about, in what way do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'd love to be a cutman. I think that's a great thing to bring into fighting. The likes of Jason Furness and all that do it, and Jamie Sheldon, they're brilliant at what they do.
Yeah,
and they keep fights going with what they do. Obviously that refereeing, I'd love to have a go at, and the judging. So I said 6 more fights, probably 2 years. I'll be 40 then, and then I'll be looking at doing something like that.
Yeah, I wonder if it's worth having a crack with Paul Nichols from the ISK. I'm sure he'd be able to put you in the right direction or put you on some kind of course.
Yeah.
Who's Danny Christie there?
Round. Yes, Danny.
How you doing, my man? Spoke to him earlier.
Yeah, that's right. I think it was last week he messaged me last week. So yeah, we speak again. But I wouldn't mind jumping on a cutman course or the judging course and something and start doing it. It's my career is not very long left, and it's what I need to do.
Yeah, it's like Wbkb. Danny done the referee, special guest referee last time as he's coming up as well, and I think he really enjoyed it. Once he got his, he had his script down, everything, what he's saying, what do the fighters when they're in the middle and things like that, and he absolutely smashed it. He done an unreal job, and I think having that experience, that fight experience that you've got, I think it really helps with you can see when someone's in trouble or when to step in, when to leave it, especially when you know fighters and
if you know a fighter. If you know a fighter, you know what they can take and what how they and their fighting style. Yeah, I think that's how with when me and Danny fought, and he put me down 3 times. Dan Migliotta knew how I fought, and every time I got up, he was like, "Yeah, you can keep going." Because I think after the first time Danny put me down, a lot of fighters would have been stopped.
Yeah. I think Danny always says to the refs as well, look, I bleed easy, so
Danny.
Blood. So he's like,
I don't cut that much. I just swell.
Yeah, I've not really seen you with any.
No, I've had 9 stitches there too. Yeah, I've had less than 20 stitches in 16 years.
Have you?
obviously Danny split my lip open, which I had to cut the stitches out myself.
Did you?
I had a shave with an electric razor and it took the tip off them. So one had come out and the other one I thought it was cut. So I was fucking pulling it with a pair of tweezers, but it was still looped round, so it was still holding my lip together.
Jesus.
I'm like that, and I got pair of pliers pulling that, and I thought, shit. So I managed to get a mirror and like my phone and pull it, so it was still looped. So I had to pull it out. My wife had to get a pair of scissors. The other daughter had to hold a light on it and then cut it out so it would come out properly. I taped the poster that I had from the fight. I've taped it to the back of that. Now, I think the other stitch might still be in my lip because there's quite a hard little lump there.
Probably a strong chance, mate. Probably a strong chance.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, can't wait to have you up here next week. It's going to be good fun.
Yeah, be wicked, mate. Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Mandy as well. Looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, she's looking forward. Yeah, it'd be nice. Nice to get away. And that I spoke to Danny Christie the other week, and he said we're looking forward to catch up. It'll be nice to not have a fight on that night. So every time I've been to the big FC, it's because I'm fighting, and you can't really catch up with people or thing because you're thinking of the fight or you.
Yeah, trying to get into that zone and everything.
Yeah, but now it's not. It's no work. It's no business. It's come up here. Yes, we got a judge and he's got a ref, but we can actually not have to worry about having a fight the next night or shit like that.
Yeah, just hang out and get some food.
Yeah,
and it's good for you.
Chill out and yeah, have a good catch up. You speak. It'd be nice to see people outside of the BKFC.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because
I always say about it's only like you guys will only ever share that one moment in time, that bond that you've got for that fight that you had and things like that.
We're gonna do it again.
You what?
I want to do it again. I'm gonna come down the new way. I'm coming down the middleweight, and I'm gonna fucking put 3 fucking people out, and I'm coming for him at middleweight. I owe him a proper fight.
Did you? I know you've always liked Danny and stuff, and all. He's always a good banter in that, like between you, like messages going back and forward and whatever. But what? Did your opinion at all change of Danny after the fight, or did
No.
What did you think?
No.
Did your estimations of him go up, or?
The only thing I think was I didn't give him the fight I could have, and I didn't give him the fight he deserved and I deserved. I wasn't right, but that's taking nothing away from it. I don't think anyone's going to beat Danny down at that weight. Jimmy Miller took him the distance, but I don't think that was Danny. When Danny fought me, Danny fucking wanted to fucking hear me, and I don't think he was like that with the Jimmy Miller. I think he might have been a bit. I think maybe the weight cut was a bit much for him, but if he gets that right and he gets his head in the game like he had against me, he'll fucking destroy anyone down in that weight.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
he's just fucking on a massive trajectory at the moment. I think big things coming his way.
Yeah, and I'm so happy. I'm so glad for him. It's great to see him doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
He is pretty much the UK Jake Paul, man, because he's just on fucking YouTube every fucking week. But no, me and Danny cool. Like I said, we speak most weeks, and I'm looking forward to, like I said, it's outside the BKFC. There's no fight on. He's there with Alice. I got Mandy with me. And we can actually go out a bit of food and not have to think, oh, fuck, there's a fight tomorrow, or there's this.
Yeah, a social situation, isn't it? Just a nice social situation.
Yeah.
Have you got your eye on anyone then? Is there anyone that you're looking at maybe taking on or being
on? We'll fight Aaron Chalmers. So, who's I fucking...
I know you've always had a list, but your list has kind of changed, and you said you got rid of it and stuff. Have you rewritten a new one, or
who did? Mason Shaw. I won my fighting.
Yeah.
When I fight Mason, Conor Cook's a good fight, but I'm not at that weight anymore. I'm with my stomach issues. I've lost quite a bit of weight, so I'm down to like 78, 79 kilos. So I'm going to be fighting at 79 or 75.
Yeah.
So anyone at that weight can fucking get it. And then
I think that's it. I think, it's like what we were talking about earlier, the early UFC days and things, and you had like Rashad Evans fighting at heavyweight, and he's nowhere near a heavyweight, and Diego Sanchez fighting at whatever weight he was fighting. Like those days for you guys are, as the fighters are coming in, when you see the size of, Conor Cook or Matt Hodgson fighting at light heavyweight, and yourself not cutting much weight and Danny not cutting much weight, I think fighters need to cut now and things like that. And,
well, I'd have been if everything went right. I was cutting 10 kilo for the Danny fight. I was cutting from 93. I used to walk around at 93, but it was fat and bulky. With my stomach problems, I've lost all the fat. I've got no fat on me. I'm fucking ripped the fuck. But I haven't had abs for years.
Shredded.
Yeah. So So I'm naturally an 80 kilo guy that walks. I walk around 80 kilo. So 75 to anything between 75 and 80 would be perfect to me.
Yeah.
So it was down to that weight that I can get it.
Excellent. Lots of options for you, pal. Lots of options for you.
Yeah, I just need to fight now.
Hopefully you get sorted soon. What was it, 8 weeks away? Roughly 8 weeks away until. Yeah. So, they'll start announcing things soon enough.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm trying to think who's down at middleweight that I can fight. I'm not really sure who's at middleweight.
I'm not sure off the top of my head. Pal, but
Aaron Blakely, is he middleweight?
Let's have a quick look. Sure if Blakely's at middleweight. I can't remember. Like, I get confused with the weight sometimes, but
I'm going to go on that other guy that does the podcast because he put some photos up of top 5 people, didn't he? So,
where do you think I'm getting my information from right now?
He is pretty good with stuff like that, isn't he?
He's brilliant. It's
valuable in some ways, isn't he?
He's blowing up massive, and I'm absolutely buzzing for him, mate. Honestly, he's doing brilliant, and big things for him. Wish him all the best, and look forward to watching him grow and being part of it as well. Hopefully, watching it,
Danny Christie is some middleweight, so pick Jardine, Bart Kroll, Aaron Blakey, George Thorpe, any of them.
Yeah.
I did enjoy watching Pick Jardine fight the other week against Barto.
Pick's unreal. Pick's. I mean, taking out the number one on your bare knuckle debuts, massive.
I messaged Pick actually.
Oh, Mac Bygraves, Rick Doherty is saying. And,
who?
Yeah, Rick Doherty, Blakey, Bart Kroll. Bart Kroll would be a good fight, he's saying. I agree.
Yeah, I messaged Pick Jardine about them after the last fight, and I said, "No, fucking hell of a win." I said, "Hey, bro, amazing debut for you. I'm a big fan now. Don't be daft, you're a legend, but you couldn't have wished for better." I said, "Mate, that's huge, beating Kroll. Massive win for you." I said, "Time for you to become a legend now." Oh, yeah, I think he's a good fighter, Pickers.
He is. He's unreal. Like I say, to take out the number one in your bare knuckle day with tough opponent in Bart Kroll. It's different. He's a little bit different. He reminds me a little bit of like Anthony Holmes. He's like fast, twitchy, elusive, in and out, and he's just he's the full package, isn't he? He's the full package.
Yeah, it's good. And like I said, I'm a big fan of his now. After watching it, I enjoyed watching it. But anyone at middleweight can get it if they want
it. What about outside of the fighting then? What's I was working. You've been working hard, and
I'm off. I went back to work. Mostly my stomach played up again, so I'm off again this week. I'm going to go back Monday now.
Other than fighting and working, obviously you've got your beautiful family.
Yeah.
What do you do? Walking the dogs, and what do you do to relax and stuff?
Stella.
No,
we just chill out and watch it. My youngest daughter's down from Nice in a minute, so I've got her. She was here last week. She's here till next. We're going to drop her back on the way up to the show. On the way up to you next Friday. So she's down for 2 weeks at a time on holidays. No, we just live.
Yeah. Just live. Who would play? I'll do some quick fire questions. Who would play David Round in the movie? David Round, the movie.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Good choice.
Yeah.
Class
But
actor.
obviously, no, I don't actually because he couldn't do the.
Who's that?
Oh, Tom Hardy have to play me. Yeah, Tom Hardy.
That's cracking shout. That cracking shout. What's the biggest animal you think you could kill with your bare hands?
I could or I have.
For purposes of the podcast, could.
An elk.
With your bare hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just straight rear naked choke.
No, I'd fucking punch it to death. And I'd break its horns off and stab it.
Brutal. Some drive that, Dave. You've got to be 7 hours each way, surely.
Well, up to you, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like, yeah. So we'll probably do it about 9 because we'll probably stop. But yeah, it's hell to drive. Everywhere is over 4 hours from me.
Yeah.
My mate Brad Wheeler, right, he called me when I fought Terrier. He's like, "Oh mate, I'm at a wedding in Wales. How far? Pop on TV." I was like, "All right, where are you?" He was like, "Real." I'm like, "Mate, that's 4 hours away from me."
It's the same as Cumbria, mate. It's like,
I'm 50 odd miles from a fucking motorway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's 20 miles an hour around here on the streets. I'm still doing 40 because I'm like, fuck that.
7 hour drive for Rick though, that's nothing. I've seen what was it Rick was doing? He was driving down to Cornwall or something after he drove to Coventry the other week. I'm like, fucking hell. Dedicated man. It's a dedicated man.
What's that with work, isn't it?
Yeah, with his RSD recovery transportation. Go and give him a follow on Instagram. With his job, he obviously goes and does the transportation or recoveries and things like that. So he loves bare knuckle and goes to all the shows.
I used to drive. I was long distance on the lorries a couple of years ago, and I used to do like Scotland. My trips would be Scotland each week, and it'd be like in 4 days I'd get to Scotland and back because of the driving hours and shit like that. I'd do my head in.
Yeah.
You was stuck on the M6 for fucking 200 miles. Right, it was that fucking thing. I had my iPad on the dashboard in front of me, and I watched the whole series of You in about a day and a half.
It took me, I think it was just over 6 hours to get back from Coventry the other day. It should have taken 4, but it took us the other week, should have said, after the show. There was a crash or something on the motorway on the way home. It was just, it took forever to get home.
Yeah, it's fucking shit. Like, once you come off the motorway down here, you've got probably 15 miles of dual carriageway, and then to where I live is like 30 miles of just fucking B roads.
Yeah.
So you get stuck behind a fucking tractor or something, you're fucked.
Nightmare. Well, mate, I'm going to call this one. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, fuck no, 20 to 10.
I know. Bedtime. Can't wait to see you up here, mate. I'm looking forward to it.
We're on next Tuesday, we are.
We'll probably do one next Thursday.
Yeah.
We're
here.
Whoever wants to come on can come on. Rick, take it easy. Myself and man. RST Transportation, don't forget them.
Right.
Go and give them a follow. That's it, mate. Lovely.
Right.
Brilliant speaking to you. Yeah, love to you and your family, and I'll speak to you soon, my man.
See you later, you're fucking boring me now. Well, see you back.
See you later.
I missed chess. I missed game of chess because of this.
Oh, sorry, mate. I do apologise.
Yeah.
Jab the like button, jab the subscribe button, and we'll speak to you all later.
Yeah.